Hey everyone, this is Mr. Everything, and in this video I'm going to do an unboxing and overview of the Pulwtop Mac Mini M4 dock and USB-C hub. Basically works as both. It's a nice dock. It's a nice way to circumvent the difficult way Apple designed the power button underneath the Mac Mini. There's other 3D printed buttons and other stands you can do, but I kind of wanted a USB-C hub too. I do not like that the headphone jack's on the front. It just kind of messes with the aesthetic. Should have been on the back, but this will solve that. You also get some USB type A ports, which I do prefer just Thunderbolt and C, but I like though that you don't have to worry about any adapters or dongles. And then you have a card reader and some other things too. You have a option for NVMe flash storage, so it's pretty much all in one, and it's something I'm looking forward to trying out. So this product, there's a lot out here. This is specifically the Pulwtop one. There's other ones I've seen, like Etsy ones, like smaller ones that people just make them out of wood and stuff. They might not have the actual I/O, but I bought this for the I/O and the power button. But then there's also back ports on it as well. So you have front and back ports. You can see here your specs. Now all of the USBs are 2.0. Supposedly that's to help with the Wi-Fi. They said there was interference with the 3.0, so that's something I would like to test. But let's go ahead and get this out of here, because I'll be eager to try it out. I just already like the weight of it. It feels like an Apple product. The color, very similar. It's maybe a wee little bit lighter, but you're going to have your Mac on top of it. So you have padded rubber feet, which you do not have with the Mac Mini, which is really dumb. There is this slight, it doesn't even feel like rubber, it just feels like a different type of plastic. I don't like this at all. It's already scuffed up. I've only had this Mac for a couple of weeks. And then this one, it's going to evidently sit on this soft silicone ring, and then you have these soft rubber silicone feet. And let's see what else. Okay, so you get some instructions here. You should be able to just check their website or their Amazon listing, but nonetheless I'll give you a tour of this, just in case it can help you make a buying decision. Okay, this is necessary. This is your tether to the Mac and the dock, so you absolutely need this. This is all for the NVMe SSD enclosure. I might show a little bit on here. Looks like you have a screw, some standoffs, and then a screwdriver. This is a thermal pad. Say you had a PS5 and you got the little NVMe stick. They come with the heat sink. You put this on and it helps for thermal reasons. So I guess this, you add your own NVMe, and if it didn't come with a thermal pad you could use this one. But right now I have the 512 gigabytes, so I don't really need to add storage just yet, but I obviously like the option to do so. So there's really no assembly. You just place it on top here. Now I don't want to drop it, so I'm trying to sandwich it here. And you can see how your now you do have two HDMI ports. This is the necessary. This is like the tether port, so this is just input into this device. Here's a USB 2.0 type A. What I really like is the headphone jack, so I don't have to stretch my cord out in front of it. You have card readers, and then you have two 2.0 type A ports again. And that's nice because for whatever reason, if you're using a mechanical keyboard or just a wired keyboard, all these like fancy little coiled cables all use Type A on the computer end, which is weird considering that most keyboards are Type C off the keyboard itself. So I don't know why they haven't switched over, but I don't have many adapters. And the only one I actually have is this one, so I've been having to use this to get my keyboard to work. So the cool thing with this is any legacy Type A peripherals can now just, you can plug them in front or back. And a quick test here, I mean, I don't have the world's largest hands, but I can get up under here just fine. I'm just going to take a peek here in this. So you can see. So you can accommodate, just to like basically how any of them work, that's a full size. You can accommodate a smaller NVMe, and then you have your standoffs to put in there, which if you've installed an NVMe before, you know exactly what to do. And if you haven't, you can check your instructions or any video. It's very easy to do. And it's a pretty cool way to add storage to your Mac without a, I mean, technically it is an external drive, but it's pretty much streamlined into it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started here with this included tether. I might run it on the, probably run it on the inner. And once I power it up, I should be ready to go. And you can kind of feel with that, these two are basically made to mate together to where they fit, and that helps keep the alignment correct. It actually looks really nice. You can see it doesn't want to slide anymore. Looking forward to relocating the headphone jack to the rear as it should be. Again, that's wonderful. And like I was alluding to earlier, what you're probably going to pay $10, $15 for Amazon, eBay, Etsy 3D printed buttons or other, like I said, those wooden looking stands. So you're going to have to pay a little chunk of this anyway just to get that. So this is all in one. You know, you don't have to get adapters. You don't have to do card readers. You don't have to change anything. You have all that together. So you're paying a little bit of a premium, but it's a nice package. It's worth it. And for the last part here, I just want to show the Wi-Fi. That is basically the only knock, that some of these docks, hopefully this one doesn't have it. As soon as these came out, they were getting a lot of bad reviews for people that use Wi-Fi. Evidently, it blocks the Wi-Fi signal. Probably, I would assume it's because it's aluminum. I would assume that Apple runs the antennas at the bottom because this is plastic. Probably doesn't transmit through aluminum. I could be wrong. In the information for the Pulwtop, it says that the USB 3.0 interface interferes with Wi-Fi. So they're not saying it's aluminum. They're saying it's the 3.0, and that's why they went with 2.0. Now, I don't know if someone that knows more will say, well, that's not true or whatever, but to me, I don't care about 2.0 to 3.0. I'll just use the other ports if I need 3.0 speeds. So for these, I don't mind that. So hopefully I don't have Wi-Fi issues. I am on Wi-Fi. I'm only about 4 feet from the gateway. So hopefully I will be okay. But I'm going to do a test before I put this on and then after to see if there's any noticeable or relevant changes. Okay, so for anyone that cares, this is just where I have my Mac. If I had a bigger desk, I'd probably have it under the monitor riser or something like that. But it's right off to the side. It's on this little metal tray thing I got from Walmart. It's kind of nice. Now this is metal too, so I'm not sure if that impedes the Wi-Fi anymore, but I'm just going to keep it all the way it is because since I've been using it, I've had no connectivity issues. So let's go ahead and get started. So for what it's worth, unsurprisingly 4 feet from the gateway without the dock on, full Wi-Fi strength. Let me do a speed test. I'll probably do 2. I'm using a T-Mobile home internet. It's unrelated, but in the past I had quite a bit of disappointment with them. But in recent years, they must have upgraded my area because you can see that the speeds are much more palatable. And this is kind of peak Friday night, so people are probably home from school and work. So it's still pretty good. And obviously these speeds, I'm not complaining about anything. Go ahead and run one more. 12, so ping's good. Now, sometimes I'll see those speeds up to 200 at night or first thing in the morning. So the fact that they're where they're at right now isn't out of the ordinary. It's nothing to do with the Mac or the when I hook the dock up. You can see this time I'm actually getting a little bit slower, but I'm eager to see if we can get anywhere near that once I add the dock on. And now this is with the dock set up. I don't have everything hooked up yet, but I can just go right back there now and hit that power button. And then we're going to go ahead, and this isn't going to be definitive, it's just a real quick test to see if the Wi-Fi speeds are any worse. Okay, so now with the dock, you can see still it's showing full strength here. So I'm not noticing any dropouts or anything weird. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. That's a big relief, and again, it can vary for anyone. I'm 4 feet from my gateway. If it's in another room, could there be some loss here and I'm just not seeing it? I don't know, but I would imagine most people that are buying the brand new expensive M4 Mac Mini probably are either going Ethernet if they care that much about speeds, or they're very close to their gateway like I am. Maybe not for everyone, but I'm thinking if you're that picky about the speeds, you're probably already having a good solution. But from what I'm working with here, I don't see any difference. So if that's the case, and I think it is, then this is probably the go-to dock, because it has everything I want, but I don't see any Wi-Fi dropouts, which was what plagued when I was looking for them on Amazon. I held off, and I'm glad I went with this one to try, because this seems to be the perfect one with no issues. So there you have it. It's perfect. I would say it's the definitive dock USB-C hub for the Mac Mini. I think it retails for $99. It looks like it always has a coupon, at least hopefully it always will. Anything under that I would say is a good deal. And you know the drill. You have any concerns, just buy it on Amazon, and then you have your 30-day return. So if you would run into any Wi-Fi issues, you can send it back. But I didn't see any, and it looked like most of the reviews were pretty positive, and not too many people said they had any issues compared to other ones where that was like almost all one-star reviews because they had issues. So this is the go-to one. I'd highly endorse this one. I'm really happy with it. It looks great. It looks like it would be from Apple, and it does everything it says. It offers everything I want, but as far as the button goes, and being able to have some extra USB ports, some extra I/O, and the option for NVMe storage as well. So it really checks all the boxes, and I think this is the one to get. I'd recommend it. So thanks for watching, and you'll see me in the next one. Have a good one.